CEO mocked the single dad at the blind date minutes later. He protected her when chaos broke out. The moment Daniel walked into the upscale restaurant, he knew he didn't belong. The place was filled with polished executives, diamond-studded couples, and a hum of conversations about million-dollar deals. He smoothed out the sleeves of his only good shirt, the one he usually wore for parent-teacher meetings, and took a deep breath. She was already there, Victoria Hayes, the powerful CEO whose face had been on more magazine covers than he could count. A blind date set up by mutual friends, though he was pretty sure she hadn't agreed willingly. The moment her eyes met his, she tilted her head, a faint smirk tugging at her lips. "You're the date?" she asked, setting down her wine glass. "Yeah," Daniel said, sliding into the chair across from her. "Sorry if I'm not what you expected." Victoria laughed, but not the kind of laugh that warmed a room. It was sharp, dismissive. "I was expecting someone who could at least keep up in conversation." "What do you do?" "I'm an electrician," Daniel replied simply. "And a full-time dad." Her brows shot up. "So, basically, not much of a future outside diapers and wires." The word stung, but Daniel didn't flinch. He thought of his little girl at home, waiting for him to come back and read her favorite bedtime story. "She's my future," he said quietly. Victoria rolled her eyes, clearly unimpressed, and went back to sipping her wine. But then chaos. The front doors of the restaurant slammed open, and a man stormed in, shouting, his face twisted with anger. Dishes crashed to the floor as waiters scrambled. Guests screamed and ducked under tables. Victoria froze, panic flashing across her face. The shouting man overturned a chair and headed straight in their direction. Before she could even process what was happening, Daniel was on his feet. "Stay down," he ordered firmly, pushing Victoria gently behind him. She stared up at him, wide-eyed, as he squared his shoulders and placed himself between her and the danger. His voice was calm, steady, the kind of voice that had soothed his daughter through storms and nightmares. The man's rage echoed through the restaurant, but Daniel didn't back away. He spoke with the quiet authority of someone who had seen fear before and learned how to stand firm against it. His words were low, measured, diffusing the fire instead of feeding it. Step by step, he guided the man toward the exit until security finally rushed in and took control. The restaurant slowly breathed again. Guests emerged from under tables. Glasses clinked as waiters hurried to calm shaken customers. Victoria's hands trembled as she straightened up. She couldn't take her eyes off Daniel, this man she had dismissed minutes earlier. He wasn't polished. He wasn't rich. But he had just shielded her without hesitation, as if her safety mattered more than his own. Why would you do that?" she whispered. Daniel exhaled, rubbing the back of his neck. "Because when someone's scared, you protect them. Doesn't matter who they are." For the first time, Victoria didn't know what to say. Her sharp confidence faltered, replaced by something she hadn't felt in years: gratitude, and maybe even admiration. And as Daniel picked up his coat, ready to leave quietly as if nothing heroic had happened, Victoria's voice stopped him. "Wait." Her tone was softer now. Not the voice of a CEO used to commanding boardrooms, but of a woman realizing she might have just misjudged the best person she'd ever sat across from.